Well, hi guys, I'm not sure what happened. I'm not sure whether or not it caught my video so far or not, but welcome to Ruby's Classic Cooking, and I'm making dream squares today. And right now I have already integrated my butter, brown sugar, flour, and salt in here in this mixture. And I'm about to press that into my 9-inch square pan. Then I'm going to bake it in my 350 preheated oven for 10 minutes. So let's get that going. I hope it caught some of the previous action, but I'll have to wait till I finish this to find out. Alright, now what I'm going to do, it says to use an 8-inch pan, but I've used an 8-inch pan and it makes 9-inch pan squares just as nicely. So if you want to put in an 8-inch pan, go right ahead. Anyway, let's just press this down into the pan. And you can use the bottom of a bottle or the bottom of a measuring cup to do this with if you want to, but I just use my hands. I find that's just as handy. Ha ha ha, ha ha ha, just as handy. Just press it firmly into all the corners and press your entire square in like this. And this is my half a cup of softened butter, my half a cup of brown sugar, my 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, and my 1 cup of flour all mixed together here to make my base. And this has got to cook for 10 minutes, and then what's going to go on top of my dream squares, I'm going to mix that up in the same bowl. And I'll tell you, if you're dreaming of these squares, I bet you're dreaming of brown sugar. There's quite a bit of brown sugar in this recipe, like 1.5 cups, which is quite a lot of brown sugar. Anyway, here we go. So level it out so that your base is going to be level underneath of all of your squares when they're baked. You go to cut them. There you go, there's my base. Now into my preheated 350, and I think that's 175 degrees Celsius oven for 10 minutes. And in the meantime, I'll be mixing up what's going on top. And now on with part 2. 2 eggs. And yes, these are brown eggs. And so far, I haven't seen any difference between these brown eggs and white eggs, just I paid more for them. Because I wanted eggs, and for some reason, I couldn't get white ones. I had to buy brown ones. I don't know. Okie dokie. Here's my 2 eggs, and I'm just going to beat these up with a wooden spoon. Doesn't say you have to, beat them till foamy or whatever. It just says to beat them up. So I'm just going to beat these eggs in here. There we go. Nice beaten up eggs. Just me and my wooden spoon. And now it says to put in a cup of brown sugar. So here goes a cup of brown sugar in here. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Yes, these are going to be very sweet squares, let me tell you. Okay, so I'm just going to beat that together like so. Yes, these squares should come with a warning for anyone who's diabetic or pre-diabetic, because with this much sugar, boy, I'm telling you, they could be quite a jolt to the old system. It's my eggs and sugar all integrated together. There you go. All right, and next up is a tablespoon of flour, the same all-purpose flour. And it says a pinch of salt. Well, okay, this is a pinch of salt. Quick sprinkle from the box. 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. Baking powder, not baking soda. 1/2 teaspoon. There you go. And I'll stir those in. And then the good stuff starts getting added in here. Now to add to that base, I'm now going to add, let's see, and now to add the good stuff. Okay, first up, I have a cup of chopped nuts. Now it says in the recipe walnuts, but these are pecans. And I chopped these up yesterday. And then you add a half a cup of coconut. It says desiccated coconut, but coconut is coconut, right? And finally, a half a cup of glacé cherries, chopped in quarters. Now I've chopped these up a little bit finer than that because these are squares and I want to have some cherries spread through my mixture. And I happen to have some left over from Christmas, which they'll keep for years, let me tell you. And I happen to have some red and green ones, so in they go. Not often this time of year you get to use glacé cherries. They're sweeter and not as wet as maraschino cherries. And now you just stir this together. And there you go. Your topping is good to go. And now all I have to do is wait for my 10 minutes to be up, for my base to be ready. And I'm just going to pour this over the top and level it off. And then back into my preheated 350-degree oven for 35 minutes. And that's it. That's all there is to these. And they make lovely ooey gooey squares, let me tell you. And here is the base. Now it doesn't look cooked, does it? But don't worry. They'll turn out just fine, even though the base looks like it should spend a bit more time in the oven. But anyway, that's okay. Because now I'm going to pop this mixture of yummy goodness right on top of it and pop it right back in the oven for another 35 minutes. And there we are, all ready to pop back in the oven for 35 more minutes of nice baking. I'm not going to tip those up or they'll be all over the place. You can see them. And here are my squares, all fresh and hot and delicious from the oven. I hope you enjoyed my video today, and I hope you'll like, subscribe, and join me next time to see what I'm cooking on Ruby's Classic Cooking. Bye for now.